Hi there, I'm Stelios from Warestack. Are you running busy repositories with lots of contributors or members changing code all the time? Or maybe you are shipping fast, but keeping quality under control is tough within your team. So you have code changes that are flooding, you might have members pushing code 24/7, even in the weekends. Or you are unsure who is reviewing what, who merged what, why this was even approved, right? Maybe you have logs and bugs in production, or firefighting takes ages. So yeah, if this is the case, you feel always that you are never ready to release, right? Without issues. So we have these issues. I faced these issues in the past. So what you need to do is you need to follow rules to keep your processes neat. And rules provided in GitHub, for example, are under the branch protection rules. So you can select a repository and then you can create specific rules for a branch or a set of branches. So you can define your branch here, and then you can say, every time there is a change, I want 1 or 2 approvals, right? So you can decide it here, for example. So filling up this form essentially is one of the best ways to do it by today. Now, an alternative way is to go to the repository and create a contribution guide, like a checklist. Right, so you can decide there, everybody in the team should follow these rules. Like, for example, PRs must clearly state what and why. Or, guys, please do not, make pull requests with more than thousands lines of code unless, you are a repo owner. And, more specific, let's say, and more context-aware rules. Now, the problem with these rules is that you are never sure how things will evolve during the day, right? So, for example, I can say I want 1 review or maybe 2 approvals, right? So, but what is, for example, a weekend and something goes wrong on Friday afternoon, right? So how will find 2 people to review during the weekend? We'll have to wait until Monday, right? So these kind of things, like, small issues that happen within every day, within teams, right? It's really hard to control. So these specific rules, although provided by GitHub, are amazing, are still static. They're not related to the situation of the team. And rules that you can create in a list, again, they are good and everybody should follow them. But when we are under pressure, developers, we just bypass them. All right, so yeah, I agree. I need to provide a clear description in my pull request, but sorry, I don't have time for this now. So that's a huge problem, right? Because you expose the standards of your organization and the standards of your team. So everybody in the team works in a different way. That's not a very good idea. So if you feel like that, well, that's why we created Warestack, right? You have to try Warestack. So in Warestack, you don't just create rules, you create your team's rules. So literally, you can go on and create anything you like. You create the rules and then you just enable the rules to the specific team, and everybody in the team follow the rules under the hood. So they don't really need to do anything. Just go on and do their stuff, but under the hood, you always keep an eye on this. Now let me show how this works. All right, so if you go to Warestack and just try to log in with your GitHub, follow the onboarding process, a couple of minutes after, you should be in the screen like that. So literally, you can create any rule in natural language. So I can go here and say, let me create a new rule. And the rule I will create in this case is, for example, pull requests should have a clear description. Okay, something very simple, but you can go on and create different rules. You can create rules for pull requests, workflow runs, and issues. All right, and also deployments. So analyze this rule, and our rule engine analyzer will come back and say, yeah, that's a pull request, a rule, and it can be created actually, right? If the rule is not safe to have, Warestack will come back and say, this is not a supported rule, but I give you a couple of recommendations and alternative options. So let me confirm the creation. So I will create this rule essentially. The rule has been created now, and I can go back and see the rule under my list of available rules. By the way, Warestack provides a huge list of rules. You can just go and use them directly, but yeah, you can also create your own rules. So let me find it here in the list. I think it should be somewhere here. Yeah, pull request description required. So click, and you can essentially enable this for a specific team, right? I have this rule already from the front end, and it's medium, or I can say, but for the back end, this is critical, for example. Okay, so I can create combination of rules related to the specific team. Okay, so I can save the selection, and this rule is now enabled. Right, so everybody go on and try to make any change. This will be caught by Warestack. In the monitoring, I can see all the events are happening into my space. Essentially, just as a parenthesis, we already imported a list of repositories here, right? So we group the repositories even from different organizations within a single space. So I can see all the events, and I can just go and pick one event. Or I will pick, let me just move down, maybe this one, okay? So there is a bug here. I can see here this event, have a summary, what are the associated workflows, pull requests, etc. Okay, so this is a small event. And in the violations, I will see the list of the violations for the rules that I already applied. For example, minimum assignees required. This issue has 0 assignees, all right? So I'm supposed to have more than 2, for example. I don't know, it says here 6. It's just an exaggeration, but anyway. So you can see here the different events and information about the events and how many violations they have. For example, this update readme has 5 violations, right? So a lot of things were wrong here. Let me just open it to see what's happening. So categorized commit messages, minimum reviews required, self-merged by PR by specific member. You see all the small things that I want to follow. Okay, now most of these ones here, okay, I can just go on and see what I need to do to fix it. All right, so rewrite commit messages. Okay, so in this version, you can essentially see the recommendation of the fix. Okay, so you can go on and start fixing this. All right, so I can acknowledge, go back and fix it, and this would be fine now. So I can literally see everything here. Now, other than this, I can see workflow runs. So literally a list of all the workflow runs from all the repositories in one screen. That's super cool and super useful because I don't have to, jump back and forth to see what is happening within different repos. I can have a complete view of everything. I have also violations for workflow runs. For example, this is a workflow timeout. All right, so it took more time that I was supposed to have. Okay, so that's good for keeping workflows under a specific timeout. So everybody should try to create small workflows, easy to manage, rather than huge workflows that take ages to complete. So I can have violations here as well. I can see here there are only 1 violation per specific workflow run. But yeah, I can group, consolidate all the workflow runs. I have also post actions. I can decide where to receive the notifications. All right, so for example, Slack is a very good idea. You can say, every time a pull request is converted to draft or ready for review, I don't know, you can just send this to the development channel or the testing channel, okay? And you can save this, and now every time this event is happening, you will receive notifications. You can customize different setups here. For example, failed workflow runs, that's very cool as well. So let me go here and add new. All right, I would say here for the backend team, all right, wherever there's a workflow run, failure, okay, or I don't know, timed out, okay, send to testing, okay, a push notification, right? So without doing anything else, without touching the code, touching, I don't know, the workflows, or going back to GitHub Actions to find out ways to do it. So super cool, you can do it super fast, right? The same for linear. You can push comments into linear tickets, all right? So literally, you can just, every time there's a failure, you can send to the Slack, and you can make a comment to linear, or if you want to receive email notifications, that's the most straightforward way, okay? You can create teams. And also you can essentially add members to the teams, invite teams, or you can create as you like your setup, right? And every time you add a member to the team, then this member is part of this group of members that are associated with specific repositories and specific rules. So that's what Warestack about. It's a software tool for you guys to go on and create release protection rules and deployment protection rules, and then apply this to specific teams, so you can control in a fine-grained detail who can do what and how. We can also support blocks. For example, you can block operations, and also we're working with integrations right now. Jira is one of the things that we're going to do in the future, and GitLab as well. So if you like this tool, go and try it out and get in touch. We can offer it for you for free to go on and explore more. Thank you for watching.